So here we have the etches for the body, which are in brass. The part numbers are etched into the parts, so you can easily identify them, and these all match up with the instructions as far as the assembly is concerned. Here we have the foot plate. The end has been bent up slightly. That's purely to get it in the box, so because it's quite a long foot plate on this loco, it's quite a big loco. We have the tank sides there, one there. With the cab sides, we have the cab front and rear, backhead detail, roof, various other bits and pieces detail. The only bits that are not included here are those bits which are cut out and pre-rolled, such as the boiler and firebox, smoke box, etc. Here we have the chassis etches. The chassis etches in this kit are in nickel silver as opposed to brass. I actually prefer nickel silver as a metal to work with. It's a much nicer metal to work with. It solders better, it takes paint better, and it stays cleaner. Brass tends to tarnish, and it's quite a greasy metal, brass. But all the new kits in the Agenoria range are all nickel silver, including the body parts, but the older kits do contain brass parts. Here we have the main frames inside here, spacers for the frames, coupling rods, brakes, various other bits and pieces of detail for the chassis. So when the nice man at the etchers phones you up to say that the etches are ready, you go along and collect them, and you will get a sheet of etch that will then go to make whichever loco this is. That particular sheet that you've just seen went to make this particular prototype. All the etch parts that you see here on the loco are then assembled, folded, rivets punched out, etc, etc, which we'll go on to explain how an etch kit is put together. But this is basically what you get back. There are obviously other processes involved in producing the kit itself then, because various parts, chimneys, domes, safety valves, etc, etc have to be made, and that process for those is completely different to the etching process. We're just going to deal with the etching process for now. And same in the other side, slot the bearing in, bit of flux around the edge, oops. And again, just touch the two edges and let the solder flow around the edge. It'll follow its way around. There we go. This kit comes supplied with Slater's wheels, which are plastic centre wheels with a metal rim, and you get an axle with two fixing screws, and you get screws and bearings for the coupling rods which go into the boss at the end. So you just break them out of the packet. Because these wheels have plastic centres, you do tend to get little pips where the injection process leaves little marks on the end. In order to flatten them off, you get yourself a little bit of emery cloth and just place the wheel on flat and just do a circular motion like that, just to clean the plastic off. That's all that's required. Just turn it slightly through 90 degrees and do it again, and same again, and just keep going like that. And once you've done that, then it'll smooth the back out and it'll make it nice and smooth. And when the wheel is on the axle itself, then it'll run true and square. So there again, we have a screw that's fixed to that wheel. Place the bearing on it and the coupling rod. Put it in the hole. Just want to go in. There we go. And again, washer and nuts, and then that effectively forms the coupling rod for those two wheels. Obviously there isn't a coupling rod on the other side at the moment, so if you turn one wheel, the other one will turn, but then it'll know when you've got the coupling rod on the other side that if it's on this position on this side, then it'll be on that position on the other side. then the wheels will rotate, taking in the coupling rods with it. And then again we will repeat from there to the front wheel as well, and the same on the other side. If you're still a little bit intimidated and put off by soldering, this particular model that you see here was actually built by Tom Gardner, who was 14 years old. So, I mean, I'm sure that you'll agree that if a 14-year-old could build something to this sort of standard, then there's no reason why you couldn't either. This is an Agenoria kit. It was one that he chose himself, that he wanted to do. It's exactly the same components that you've just been shown with the thing, just a different prototype, that's all. But he built this completely on his own. I mean, admittedly he had some assistance with you know, what to do and guidance while he was doing it, but he even did the painting himself. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's a nice model and he's proud of it.